Great run up.
Now he angles it somewhat. Barkadash!
Where do I start? It's been up and down.
I remember being a kid.
I can see that happening.
That's something, there's always something to do.
The Unlaced.
Unlaced podcast. It's actually not bad.
And we're back on the dance floor, the Unlaced podcast. People, thank you so much for all your support this year. I say it every episode to all the listeners and subscribers. You're the heartbeat of this podcast, so we appreciate you very much. Now, last week, if you didn't get into that episode, Brad Hill and Josh Battle, they're like two little schoolboys just going at each other, and some of the funniest stories coming out of that podcast, obviously Brad Hill gate crashing Josh Battle's family Christmas, which was one in itself. So please go back and check that out. Now, today's episode is a couple of legends that I've been admiring on TikTok myself. They put out some great content, very authentic. The typical 23-year-old lifestyle brought to you with some advice. And now, Louis and Gabe from 9 to 5 Fitness, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, boys.
Mate, thank you very much for having us. I'm proper excited for this one.
Yeah, it's awesome to be on. Thank you.
No, well, so look, just to not to start off on a bad note, but I've noticed Gabe puts himself down as CEO of the brand. So
yeah,
is that a problem?
Yeah,
what are you then?
that's a hump we navigated early on. He was sure to make sure CEO was put next to his name.
Right.
No one wants to make those big decisions. That's why you get paid the big bucks. Honestly, if you want to make those big decisions and you got the high strike rate at it, then be my guest, mate. But someone's got to, get into it. So
fair enough. And you notice how I said your name before Louis, because that was another issue as well. We had to sign off on.
I reckon you said my name first.
I think
just
I might have said his too.
We'll take it. We'll take it. It's another win. Yeah, that's another win.
Now you've listened to this podcast before, which I'm very flattered.
Huge fan. I'd say I've been listening to since early on. Tommy Bug, one of my favourite episodes, but Ben Crocker probably up the top there.
That was a good one. Yeah, Ben Croc. Yeah,
really good one.
Yeah, very inspiring. Well, mate, that means a lot, because I went back into our DMs to send you guys obviously to come on this show, and thankful that you did. But then I saw this story and I was like, fuck, it was like ages ago. And I'd forgotten about it. I was like, oh my God.
It's all right, mate. We didn't forget about it.
Yeah, that's fucking I think I stopped listening after that. So essentially I uploaded a story saying like my 4 favourite podcasts, just throw a little old Unlaced a line there and said put you in it, and got a like story reply.
What a fucking shit cunt.
But nah, that's all right. No,
honestly,
it is what it is.
I tend to, the way I push my community is just pure arrogance. No, no, we love you all.
It's a whole business model.
Now, one thing I love about your guys' podcast, and I don't know if you do it on everyone, but the ones I've listened to, you always ask, how did you sleep?
Yeah, that's a running theme.
Yeah.
I think once we didn't do it and we got called out for it and we didn't even realise. So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
So how did you boys sleep? Just out of
curiosity.
very
Very well.
Quite very well.
Yeah, 11 a.m. to 7:30. I think 11 p.m. to 7:30.
It's
good. Close to.
That's quite impressive. Now, you've been, have you been sick?
Mate, I almost fucking died.
I think I had what you might have had, like the flu/COVID.
Yeah, so there's no COVID involved, but had the flu. I initially got it from Gab, I think, and he was in his room for 2 days. I was like, this guy is the biggest sook. Like, mate, get up, do some stuff. And then I got it, and I was like, oh, I'm all right. Started going about my day. And then the next day after that, I was in hospital. I just, got flattened by it.
Normally I'm fine to leave when I'm sick and whatnot, but I had my powerlifting comp, like a state championship powerlifting comp, and I was coughing up blood during it. It was horrible. Got through. That was Sunday night. I didn't leave my bed till Tuesday afternoon. Actually didn't leave my bed. I went downstairs because my dad dropped me off Powerade. And Louis probably wondering what's this? He hasn't left his room.
So you had it first.
I had it first, and then he got it, and so it was genuinely debilitating.
Yeah, it was worse than COVID.
Yeah,
it was worse than COVID.
So much worse. Yeah, it rattled me, and so I had to go to the hospital, and because I was so dehydrated, I hadn't had any water for 48 hours, which was my fault. And
a big night, was it?
Yeah, no, I'm just an idiot, and then I got put on a drip, and drips are unreal. I don't know if you've ever been on a drip, but it's a good vibe.
Needles worry me, but
straight to the point.
But I've heard
straight to the point, straight in there.
Point. Yeah, but I've heard. But there's a girl I met in the Gold Coast. She's got an unbelievable business, multi-millionaire from it.
Yeah, really.
Just like the hydration chips for hangovers and stuff.
I've heard of people taking it to festivals and stuff.
Yeah. Imagine that.
It's a lot.
I mean, that might look a bit different when it's gone.
In
the
bit of different fun.
Different fun. That's it. Now, one of the things about you guys is. I think part of your growth, other than the smarts behind what you do, is the authenticity of what you push out. And obviously on socials, they're kind of very realistic experiences. Is that hard? Are you guys completely fine now with being vulnerable and just being yourself? Did it take time to get to that stage?
It took time. I'd say the content nowadays doesn't have a whole lot of thought behind it.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I
this'll
literally- I
do.
think that one of the podcasts I watched recently, you guys went on and you were like, fuck, what did you ask me again? You're like, sorry guys, we're not even at the races. Like, you're like, it's Monday, is it? And he's like, no, it's Tuesday. And I was like,
Yeah, literally. Yeah, not a whole lot of thought goes into it. But at the start, we were like, we tell this story every time. We were very, not even self-conscious about ourselves, but when you're putting yourself out there on social media, we were pretty self-conscious because we're worried about what mates were going to talk shit about us behind our backs and how many likes is such and such. I used to be real bad with that stuff, getting, is this going to get 100 likes, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, we'd be posting this content and be really scared about what people are going to think. And, you know, if it's a failure of a post. Now I just like switch the phone off, don't even care, and it'll get like more likes than I could ever hope for back then.
Really?
But like back then we were so in our heads about it.
I think the content and like that vulnerability behind it is where like we gained a lot of followers. So we did a couple of episodes in our podcast which were talking about breakups we went through, and that was like genuine conscious efforts to post that, and it was hard because like we were like, oh, you know, we're pretty much in tears in it.
I was crying in one of them.
Yeah, great.
No way.
Great.
No, jeez.
Great for viewing.
That's straight.
It was like 2 weeks after me and my missus broke up.
He's in tears and keep the cameras rolling.
Yeah,
Do
keep
more.
it going,
Do
son.
more. She left you, mate.
Cut the onions now.
But that stuff really helped, like the, you know, kind of vulnerability and stuff.
Wow, man, that's incredible, bro. That's actually powerful. Now, for those that don't know, actually, no, before I go into that, I wanted to talk about your following on TikTok because to add some content, you guys got, what, over 100K on TikTok?
Yeah, we got a few different accounts. We got the 9 to 5 account, and then Louis would do his own personal content, and so will I.
So combined, how much would you have probably across that?
On TikTok, like 300-ish, I think.
Yeah, you say you own TikTok. Yeah, they got a small share in the brand or something. They're
not
absolutely
quite. We're
running
tiny.
it up.
Yeah, we're tiny
I
compared
know. Mate,
It's
some
like
people-
very, our audience is Australia. We won't have any international exposure, so it's very geographically Australia concentrated.
Right, okay. Now, for the listeners that don't know what 9 to 5 Fitness is, can you guys maybe give a bit of a summary or a background of how it started and I guess what it is today?
Yeah. Should we let the COO do the talking?
I reckon CEO would be
PA or-
perfect. So, well, we started off like just pretty, you know, basic, wanting to help people out. We realised a lot of people were asking us for advice and stuff. So that's, I suppose, where it all started. Initially, I wanted to do apparel. Gab wanted to make programs and help people out in that front. So we
From
kind
like a
of...
gym perspective.
Yeah. I just had like heaps of mates asking me, oi, like they look at me like doing well in the gym and be like, can you write me a workout program? And be like,
Fucking rooster.
yeah, easy. and I'm like, oh, we could charge for this. It was actually while I was on exchange, and we messaged each other at the same time. So we were best mates, training partners back home. I left for 6 months, and I'd like I don't know, I was just thinking about stuff, right? And so we messaged each other at the same time. Louis was like, I want to do apparel. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I want to make gym programs. And so we're like, let's do the two together. When I got home from exchange, we literally registered the business that day and had no idea what we were doing. And we paid $350 for an ABN. Probably shouldn't have done it that early.
Nah, not the greatest idea. But
We had skin in the game after that. So,
We had skin in the game.
so we had
yeah,
to
like
make
that.
our money back.
So first bit of apparel we bought, socks. Not quite the best business idea, but we had enough friends and family
So
to
that
be
was
able
the
to sell.
first business venture was socks.
Yeah,
Before
socks.
any content,
Random.
before any fitness.
Random.
Oh, we had no idea.
I love this.
Yeah,
This
we were
is
lost.
great.
We were lost, but it had to start somewhere, and it did, and then we kind of grew from there. So I think, how long did we do before we went on TikTok?
So we registered the business, I think mid-November. That's when I got home. Then we got on TikTok August that next year, August 2020. And that's where it really started snowballing.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So now you guys are selling merch. You've got meal plans. You've got training programs for gym. Like you're covering a lot of bases. So you guys like all in now on this? Is this the sole thing, or are you guys working still on the side as well?
Yeah, pretty much all in.
Yeah.
A few little things here and there, but like we've got the podcast as well, which is like full time.
Yeah.
You know,
So are you
we're-
guys editing that as well?
Yeah, editing and like making all the TikTok. Oh, I am sorry, not him. He just rocks up.
CEO shit.
Yeah, must be nice. Bring me coffee.
Look at him smile. He's like, yeah, that fucking right.
Loves it. Yeah, loves it.
Oh, bro.
But yeah, so like that's pretty much it.
What's like the most satisfying aspect of it all for you guys? Like what gives you the thrill?
Oh, like one of the really good ones is just when you get heartfelt messages in the DMs and people are just like because we didn't even realize, or we often forget the content we post is positively impacting others, and they're like, bro, you like, or like someone will come up at a festival or something, but like, bro, this is what I used to look like, and you literally motivated me to lose 30 kilos. It's like, for me, talking shit about avocado toast or something, and that's inspired so-and-so to do this and literally just improve their life. Yeah. Just through, like, that for me means so much.
It's crazy when you think about it, because it's kind of like this synthetic feeling when you see 300k views, like you said on my TikTok. You're just like, oh, that's cool. You see a number. But like if you put that into context, walk into a sports stadium.
3 MCGs.
Three MCGs. You're like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Scary.
And you guys potentially be doing that daily, you know, at times with regards to a message. It's pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you reckon is the most special thing?
Yeah, it's definitely the messages. Probably less to do with like training and stuff, more to do with like mental health and stuff we've done with the podcast for me. It's like, you know, it shows if we are vulnerable, then like it does help people, and that's pretty
And
exciting.
even just like, you see these bigger creators with millions of followers, but they won't have the same loyal following we have. It's almost like not intentional, but we've created almost like a wolf pack that are so bloody loyal, and like brands will approach us, and we know like we won't have as big of a following as such and such, but because of the kind of tight-knit community we've actually built, the ROI is so much greater. So we use that with a great level of trust and integrity. It's like your product has to be bloody good, and you're going to have to remunerate us in such a fashion as well. We don't care if our following isn't as big as this bloke over here. We know what it's worth, kind of thing. And so that relationship we've been able to develop with our following is like truly special. Like you'll see if someone starts like talking shit about us on another TikTok or something, in the comment section will just be
the mods.
It's like the
moderators.
fight. And we don't ask.
Get in, lads. Go on, lads.
We don't ask for that, but it's just a reflection of like
awesome.
how loyal they are.
I think it's because you guys are very real, and it's almost because you guys aren't perfect in the sense of like you're still learning your life like I am, but you go through real shit and then you just talk about it, which everyone goes through. So everyone's kind of like, it normalizes their life with you guys.
Yep.
So it's like this connection point. It's pretty cool. Like when you guys speak about, it's the funniest thing ever. You guys were just speaking about how you lost your virginity.
Oh yeah.
And a huge part of the topic was like, I think it might have been Louis was like, oh yeah, I know some people that like have lost it at the brothel. And Gabe's like, yeah, just don't think I could do it like that, man. And then he goes in, he's like, you said this is fucked how I know this. No, you both lost your virginity. So apologies.
No, that's why we did it, mate.
Yeah, but no, I think Louis like talking about, his girlfriend at the time and just took her home on my single bed and got the job done. And then Gabe's analogy was, I'm pretty sure it was in between the third and fourth term at school and this year. And I'm like,
you get a 3-week holiday, mate. The parents are away.
He knew exactly like the time of year.
It's a special day.
It's a special day. That shit, people are like, these guys are fucking legends. Fucking ridiculous.
We're not trying to be. We're just talking. We forget we put all this stuff onto a mic.
Oh, that's when like people on a night out, they'll come up to us and they literally think they're our best mate because they've listened to 65 episodes of an hour each of us talking absolute shit about our lives, and they know every crevice of it. And it's like, that's crazy. Like to me, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. So with the success of it all, has it made it hard to like be social, be out and about, like, because 100,000 followers plus your Instagram personal pages, a lot of people would know who you are, and then you got the Jack Ginnivan haircuts. So
yeah,
we did it first.
So.
Did it?
We did it 2 weeks
Oh,
before him,
so make sure we get that.
Yeah. He knows it as well.
I reckon.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Is it hard? Nah,
No, just like, is the attention around you now, has it changed? Are people more aware of who you are?
Probably started at the end of 2020, I reckon. That's when we'd be out with mates and people would be coming up and they just know us as, our mates would know us as Gabe and Louis, and all these people are like jaw dropping when they see us on Chapel Street or something. So that was the start where it was like crazy for mates and stuff to see. But yeah.
I was out the other night and this kid, he'd had a few too many, I think, but he was like shaking. He was like trying to catch his. I was like, mate, if this is it, you need to get out of the house more.
God.
This is.
if I'm your pinnacle.
This is peak for him. Like, oh, brother.
Wow. The only time it's annoying is if I'm in a bad mood and people are like shouting out and wanting photos and stuff, and I just can't be fucked, and I give him nothing, and I come across as an absolute C word. And that's the only. But like, I've been in a good mood lately, so
you actually do have a bit of like the cunt about you. Where you can
does he ever?
Oh wow!
I'm sweeping up the mistakes. Sorry.
That's unbelievable, man. I feel like I'd be a bit of a yes man. I'd be too nice until you've been going through it for a while. Then like, because when you're around athletes, like professional athletes, it's like, mate, it's a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Like what's like people don't understand. Like I was at a footy function. I won't name the footy player that I was there with. I was at a footy function a couple of weeks ago, and like very well known footy player, and this like 500 people at different points just came up, quick autograph photo, and he said yes. Anyway, this bloke came over once, and there was an empty seat. I'd got up out of the chair to go talk to someone and come back, and this bloke sit in my seat next to him, which is fine. We wanted to have a chat to him, said like really nice things, like open up this book, it's like for his kid, can you sign it? So he's like, yep. And then the bloke just like, it's like he nestled into that seat, just seatbelt on.
Give him an inch, I'll take a mile.
Mate, just went there, started talking anyway. It was like, you know, the 10-15 minute convo, painful.
No.
And the guy's wearing it, and he looks at me, he's like, yeah. So we go to the bathroom. He's like, just come with me. You know, me might leave. We come back.
Sitting there.
Mate, he had not gone. He's
Sitting
gone
pretty.
like that on the way back.
Got
And
your
I'm
drink.
like, yeah, that's where like I can see the fucking
That's
film.
yeah.
You have to. There has to be a point where you say, I've had to say to a few, look, mate, I want to talk to my mates. Like, it's lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Or
I
even
have
when
to,
you give me a signal and I pull you away, or vice
yeah,
versa, or something
Yeah,
like
like there's
that.
not. I don't think there's a nice way to put it. You just
Yeah.
kind of have to be brutal.
You know what? I hate getting locked in, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's not you.
yeah.
Claustrophobic.
Unless they're, no, I won't say it.
Yes, please.
No.
Anyway, well, just to tell you under the bus, because you won't tell yourself. But what was this story about Thomas Down?
Oh yeah, Thomas Street. So, well, speaking of fans, I mean encounters. I was out the other night, and I was actually going to talk about this on our podcast, but this is the perfect setting because I've got a bit of backup here in Jake. But I was out, and this guy came up to me. Oh, Louis 95. Well, he said, mate, I saw Gab. I saw his car on like this street near us. I saw his car, and there was a girl in it. And he said it's definitely Gab's car because it had the white writing. There was a girl, and she was like on his lap. In fact, I think she was actually giving him. She had a mouthful.
Such bullshit.
And
That's such bullshit.
You were copping a blowjob in a car.
And he
No,
goes,
that's such bullshit.
yeah, the big dog.
Is that false? Heavily false?
It wouldn't be during the day. Like,
Oh, what did he say during the day? Sorry,
I don't remember
broad
that.
daylight, I've got that wouldn't have happened.
I'd have to side with you if it was daylight.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
It was midnight, then I'd
I've
question.
got I don't want to get on the register, mate. Like,
That is illegal, actually.
Do you know what's funny? When you mentioned that story before, like for me, if someone told me that about my mate, I would be like straight on the bowl. Like, bro. He's like, oh, wait, I just remembered something from 2 weeks ago.
Mate,
like, how many stories do you guys get like this to forget them?
yeah.
Well, I tried to not believe it, but it's a good
No,
one.
like there was definitely a girl there. It was definitely my car, but the certain activity described there was not occurring. Like,
Just having a chat.
Yeah, just having a chat.
Yeah.
Fair enough. The fact that people know, how they know what your car is.
oh no, my car's pretty. Because I got it when I was 18. I didn't realize I'd have a following when I was like this age now. So I got like the fastest P plate car I could get at the time, and I got it in yellow. And it's just like
it's hotted up and
yeah,
stuff.
not
right,
even really. It's just like stock. That's what it was like, and it was the coolest car for like that period. And then it's just like very easy to identify, and like people have taken videos of, bro. So I was at like an appointment, a medical appointment, and someone starts filming like where I parked, saying I did a shit parking
remember
job.
that.
And I put it on TikTok, and it
The
got.
parking job. To be
No,
fair.
that's not, it was a good parking job.
Oh, dude,
That's the thing,
doesn't
man.
Sound like it.
Yeah, no. So I don't want to get too into the details, but like I've had kids literally DM our account or my account, like finding where my parents live and like real creepy stuff.
That's fucked.
And no, all right, can I say that story? You know the one?
No, but go
All
for
right,
it.
yeah.
Go for it.
Some kid messaged the account going, "I know where you live, and I'm gonna like
Oh,
tell
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
unless you guys shout me out on Instagram."
Oh, what is going on?
And I
with
said,
that?
I messaged. We don't usually reply to too many DMs, but I replied to this one and I said, "Mate, if you do that, I'm going straight to the cops and say," because I kind of knew who the kid was, and I said, "I'm going straight to the cops for cyber stalking, you little runt." Like,
Got him.
fuck
Yeah,
off.
rightly so.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Made him
Mate. That's
apologise.
ridiculous. Now, for those, because obviously you guys have a blossoming friendship, you live together, so it's a bit of a bachelor pad. But how did you guys like meet? Where did this love blossom?
School initially. So
You were at same school before you went to different ones.
Wesley, yeah. So we're at a small campus in Wesley called Wesley Elstonwick, and we were there through till year 9. So year 6 to year 9 together. We weren't always mates the whole way through, but we were mates like for the most part of it, and especially where it kind of finished. And then what happened? Then you moved away.
Yeah, then I went to Caulfield. Then I reckon we caught up once in 3 years. We saw like a movie or something with some mates. And then after that, like all our mates started playing futsal together. And so we had a team, and then after we'd play our futsal games on a Monday night, you and I would go down to like the outdoor gym and go and just smash like some pull-ups, muscle-ups. And our training kind of started from there, and we got real like tight, started training like almost every day together, and just became best mates from there.
The gym junkies.
Gym bros.
Together. Yeah, gym bros.
Standard.
Now, you played footy growing up, or still play footy, don't you?
Yeah, I still play footy. Yeah.
Is that your like number one you go to?
Oh, in
Life
terms,
goals?
oh
Used to be?
nah, maybe when I was younger. The thing is, I was such a I hit puberty in like year 11, yeah.
Did you?
And I was saying in one of our podcasts, like I just can't compete. Like I was all right at footy, but these people had like facial hair and were going out rooting on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
Driving
have any.
to the game.
Yeah, driving the game, like hitting their misses. And I couldn't even. And hitting me.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't good enough, but I enjoy it now. I play out in the country in the Bendigo League for Kyneton, and it's a good club, and I enjoy it. Yeah.
They make a nice brew down there, don't they? Kyneton? Springs or something?
Yeah, there's some good breweries for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Breweries? No, they make like fucking cordial or a soft drink.
Oh yeah, they do. They make
It's famous. Anyway.
I don't even know if that's in Kyneton.
I'll teach you about you.
Yeah.
That's
But
probably
no,
what's
it's
funding the
good
the club.
areas.
Good areas. Now,
Yeah.
Gabe, you're a soccer man. Like me.
Yeah, I played soccer. I got started really late, which was unfortunate. So I had a bit of catching up to do. Pretty much, I reckon 13 to 18 I played.
Oh
yeah.
wow, that's crazy. Do you still play now? Like for fun?
Not at all, to be honest. Completely stopped when I was 18 and played a little bit when I was on exchange, just like futsal and whatnot. But yeah.
Do you guys watch a lot of sport? Like, are you guys into that sort of? Because you guys do some content around sport and footy
Yeah,
and
big
stuff.
into our footy for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't so much into footy before the content, but like having like now mates that play, and I want to watch them play, so I'll flick the TV on the weekend and watch their games, and I've kind of got more into it through that.
Yeah. What's the because you guys have done a couple of collabs with like, let's say footy content creators and so forth. What's sort of the mindset there? Because I love that. I love the fact. I'm actually jealous. I want to get in. I
Yeah,
wanna be a
well,
part of footy
into like
content.
creators behind footy, like
like the Prime Train and
Yeah.
like you did a collab with all what's
Yeah,
the guys?
Kados, yep,
Shep
Shepmates.
all that sort of stuff.
yeah, great bunch. Well, I mean, hopefully we're starting a little group with them.
Yeah.
Did you guys come up with a name? I saw that. There was
we're
like a
not
boy
sure yet.
Yeah,
Can
I
we
don't know
say
if we
it?
can say it. No, I don't
band.
reckon.
So it's in the making.
It's in the works, and there's a front runner name at the moment, and we don't want to say it now just in case that does end up being the name.
Yeah.
fair call.
Yeah.
But no, that's really cool because when you get together, the content just flows. Like it's really
Bro,
easy.
we're literally together for like 2 hours in total, and we just recorded a bunch of stuff on our iPhones. Recorded like one skit in 15 minutes, and it's got like 1 million views plus. And
the umpire skit.
Yeah.
it was just
so
off the
funny.
cuff. So we're thinking we got to spend more time together and do more with that because it clearly works. So
What was the thing the ump said about the eye? What was the line?
looking at me?
Yeah, and then he said no.
Eye contact, dissent.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he runs off. I'm like, fuck
They're
it up.
good. The Shepmates boys are good actors
Yeah,
as well.
I was like,
Like,
when I first saw them do their stuff, I obviously loved it like everyone, but I was like, fuck, how far can they take this? Because
Yeah.
it's quite like repetitive,
Far.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's fucking unbelievable how good they've done it. Like,
Oh,
it's
mate.
still people still
and
tuning
every sporting code in Australia wants to get involved with them as well.
yeah,
like
which
it's
is crazy.
perfect.
Because when you think about it, they're not actually saying anything.
No.
They're just they're
Mate,
miming
it's
and
smart.
making
They don't do a
facials.
fucking thing,
Yeah,
mate.
and they're-
They just get on the
We're
camera.
the real smart guys. We're actually fucking speaking for hours here. for
Yeah,
fucking no
dumb.
reason.
There's no money involved.
Idiots.
Kidding. What are we
Idiots.
doing?
So when did you guys get like severely into fitness, health, and wellbeing? Because Gab, you seem like you're still into that, or Louis, you too. But like you're doing actually
lost cause, mate. Yeah, look at him.
Useless prick.
Like literally, as I said, that story about how we train in the
In
park
that
and
period.
do chin-ups and whatnot. One thing led to another, and we'd always want to optimize a different variable and research another thing, and it got into eating, and it got into optimized training structures, and then I got into powerlifting, which I feel is like the pinnacle of kind of biomechanics and just like force production and everything like that. So it slowly scaled from being absolute noobs and not knowing what we were doing. We just wanted to put on a bit of muscle to like being quite proficient in what we do, and having a fair amount of knowledge in it.
Okay. So have you done like, is this all self-taught, like pretty much your knowledge in this space essentially?
Yeah, I mean, we have like engage resources who are experts in the fields, like expert physiotherapists, coaches, like kind of the nutrition side as well. So it's not just like us watching a YouTube video or going on Reddit, even though there is a fair amount of that for our basis of knowledge, but we have like down the track, once we started making money off it, like engaging experts.
What are some of the like common pitfalls with like our demographic, let's say from 18 to 30 in regards to like working out? Because I assume that's a big part of your target audience and probably consumers of your products and so forth.
It's definitely eating.
Yeah.
Like in terms of trying to build up a body, no one eats enough. And everyone says like, I have so many mates who are like, oh, like I swear I'm eating so much, but I'm just not putting on size. Like, well, you must be the exception to the rule.
You must,
like,
you must
clearly
defy science, mate. Look at you.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just ridiculous. And you can see it. It's like they're just bullshitting themselves. And like, I don't want to make them feel bad because they're trying, but like you can't just do it on days you feel like it. It's got to be every day.
Yeah.
So like
that's a hard part. Like the discipline's the hardest thing. Like for me, when I came out of professional sport, mate, my discipline, because it was like, be there this time. If you're not there this time, you pay us money. That kind of stuff. So that's all I knew was structure from like 12 to 21. And then I come out, mate, my brain comes alive in the nighttime. It's ridiculous. So I struggle to go to bed like early. So my waking up rhythm is always off, which is a huge problem. And I reckon a lot of people are like that. So it's a really good point you say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think for us as well, there was also, well, for me at least, like, look, I'm not going to be a professional athlete, but I still want to be able to use my body in a sense that's like not just going to a 9-to-5 job and like doing the usual. Like I want to still try and maximize what I can do with my body in a sense that's like something I can control. So whether that be on social media or like making TikToks and stuff, then so be it.
Yeah, because for you guys as well, not everyone may want to look beautiful and buff, but there's a huge mental aspect to what you guys do. That's probably a big part of why you do it, right?
Yeah, it's 100% therapy. And I remember the year that I really transformed myself. It's just a broken record now, that 2019 year. But I pretty much went from 68 kilos to 85 kilos. And you wouldn't be able to tell there was any fat on that. Like I got back from exchange and all my mates thought I'd run a cycle in Malaysia.
Yeah, we're all going, hang on a second, mate. How have you put on all this size?
So like
pushing something
in Malaysia.
I'll give you a brief snapshot, right? The government paid you like 12 grand to go over there because they wanted to push it so hard, right? And Monash University. So you got paid an absolute bag, paid for your accommodation, and it's already the cheapest country to live in. And the food there was out of this world. I would literally go to like the hawker hall and get like 5 chicken and rice, it was called a katsu, no, not a katsu don, a chicken teriyaki don. Yeah. I'd stock up. That bloke retired because of me. No,
his kids to college.
I would get the biggest feeds and I'd be getting it for dessert, one for later. I reckon I was eating like 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day there, like every single day, eating like a madman and just going to the gym. I didn't even do uni there. I was just going to gym and eat and then drink later at night.
Yeah, well, the best part.
And I came home and I was like, literally.
Who's this bloke?
So I was unreal.
Oh my God.
But the mental benefit that came from that, and obviously travel is such an investment into yourself. Like it was unrecognizable if you looked in terms of like my brain development from the start of the year till the end, I'd say.
Yeah, because you were going through, I remember hearing you were going through like a breakup.
Yeah.
So you were going through like a tough period too. So that was kind of probably like a medicine or a remedy.
Oh, literally. It was bloody horrible. Again, another story, but like missus of 2 years cheats on me during my third year economics exams. I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, finish off these exams and then I went on exchange.
And then that's when you just went
ballistic.
Buff
Yeah.
Ballistic.
Who hurt you, bro? Like,
yeah, it's like give us some chicken teriyaki. Yeah. But no, so how much would you work out if you got it? Because you mentioned like eating more, but how much? Because obviously a big part of like having a bigger appetite is when you're doing a lot more workouts and so forth. So how often would you guys recommend working out, or is it just one big workout?
Oh, well, I mean, it depends what you want. For me, I think I was working out 5 to 6 days a week, probably 5.
So
and like
once a day type stuff. Yeah, once a day and seeing like good results from that. So, but I mean, now I work out like 3 times a week. That's just because I'm playing footy though. So,
it all depends how you periodize your volume, right? 'Cause you could, like the actual amount of days you train per week is just arbitrary, right? Like what are you doing in that actual session? Like you could get more results from training 3 days a week than 7 days. People might think, like, you can always tell someone's full of shit when they're like, oh, I train 7 days a week and they're proud of it. It's like, yeah, but what are you actually doing? Like, what's the volume and how are you overloading? And Like, I want to see overall trends here. I want to see what's actually going in there, the intensity, you taking the piss, like what kind of movements
So
you're
that
doing.
much depth goes into sort of,
100%.
that's the
Yeah,
best way to do
yeah.
it. I don't know, maybe I should do a bit of
Which is why we have coaches that take care of it all for us. So.
Okay, so it's legitimate. You guys, mate. So how often would people be kind of reaching out to kind of have a look at your programs and stuff? Does it vary? Is it?
It like in the early stages when we were like the new guys on the scene, it got to a point where we just couldn't answer DMs anymore.
Right.
We actually had to pay someone to like respond to DMs.
It was too much for him. He
It
left
was
us.
too much for him.
Fuck that.
So
Really?
people, in terms of people reaching out, we can't do Instagram anymore, but we try to get back to all the emails. But like the people actually buying everything on our website, like that's easy to do. It's kind of auto fulfills and everything like that, so we don't have to be too involved.
Yeah,
Right.
we've automated as much as we can in terms of like if you've got a question and stuff, like there's answers all on the website, you know.
Okay.
So trying to do that.
So just to go back to this routine aspect, because I think that's really important, and you guys touched on it. Do you guys have set routines? Do you guys kind of break it up and vary it depending on how you're feeling, or what's your sort of like view on the importance of that?
Yeah, well, we both have a coach now, so like it's so
Like a life coach?
no, like
he actually does
he
help.
is, yeah, he actually is a bit like life coach, but like a gym coach. Like he's a sports and exercise scientist, and he's a jet. But he'll set up our programs for us. So you know that includes our goals, that includes how much we can work out, and so on. But I mean, yeah, it does vary.
I don't know. I think idealistically, a routine would be great for me, but in reality, I actually really struggle to stick to it. I don't know. There's something about me. I just like struggle to do it, but
Yeah.
it's every day is a new challenge for me, and I take it day by day.
Yeah, I'm the same as you.
Yeah.
I'm a bit more like some people, man. Some people just like they can do it, and I think I used to think that like fuck, maybe they're just more sophisticated or stronger than me, or they just push through the shit. But then I was like, well, I played professional soccer for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's just subject to the individual, you know. What I mean?
Exactly.
So I was like, just calm down a bit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Going back to that, like the people who make it their personality trait to wake up at 5 a.m. It's like, brother, the weights aren't going anywhere at 4 p.m.
Do you know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
same thing. You can get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But I can work twice as hard, you know, from 10 a.m.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
Yeah,
Mate, that's the
exactly
fitness industry. They're all fucking cap
right.
lords.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I want to take a bit of a leaf out of your boys' book here because you guys cover a lot of topics. And Ethan, I don't know if we've covered this before, but dating.
Oh,
I want
yeah.
to talk dating because you guys are in a house together. You obviously have a few nights out where I think your mindset going into a night out is not about your mates. It's maybe about the other sex. And so
No, well, yeah, very rarely it's about the other sex. But go on.
No,
Yeah,
no.
go on.
I was just going off his comment before, but no, I just said, how is the dating life? Are you guys dating? Like, where are you guys at in that?
Yeah, we're dating each other.
Yeah.
Nah. Well, we always say as a joke, this is a joke, people, 2 sets of keys, 4 sets of steps up the stairs when we go out.
We always leave together, and we'll bring 2 sets of keys for the same house just in case we come home at separate times.
Hasn't happened yet, but it's going to.
That's a lie.
But no, very, very I mean, personally, I've put myself on a hiatus.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm sick of it. So I'm actively not, getting involved in anything or anyone.
So you got like an abstinent? What's the word?
Yeah,
they call it?
kind of. Look, if the right one comes along,
Yeah.
then I'm happy to.
So you're not looking.
But I suppose it's just that thing of like, instead of just going home with someone just for the sake of going home with someone, just like actively not doing that because I find I feel better the next morning if I don't.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So you're saying you're wanting more depth?
Look, if she's a fucking 10, what I'm saying, mate, is she's a fucking 10, then I'll go home with her.
There we go.
Anything alone? Yeah. But, so, yeah.
You know
maybe
when
more
usually,
depth.
and look, I'm no guru on this, but usually when I'm in your position and I start thinking like that, that's when the good ones come along.
Yeah.
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 When you're just like, fuck that, I'm not
Actively.
interested, and you're like, boom.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what I was going to say before. When you're like, you go out with the intention of the other sex. I don't do that. I go out with the intention of having a good night with my mates, and when you're not looking for it, that's when it kind of comes.
It's funny how that works, right? Like, because you think about it when with like any goal-driven like career or whatever, you've got to think about the goal to get it.
Yeah.
But like with kind of dating and stuff, like a lot of people are like, I really didn't want anything.
Yeah.
I was just forced into it. Like I couldn't.
Yeah, we're also very aware this is like the best time of our life. Like we're 23, we've got a little bit of a following, and on nights out, people come up to us asking for photos. Like
absolute ludicrous.
last-
for you two to settle down. Right
pretty
now.
good. So look, if the
Both
right
our
one,
girlfriends broke up with us. That was like,
yeah, we're trying to make them pay.
Do your following reach out for like dating tips and like stuff like that? Because you guys cover a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Heaps.
what are some of the common questions? Like what are blokes struggling with?
Oh, there's always like some kid who's in love with his high school girlfriend and he's 16. He reckons she's the world and just like so limiting in it. And they're always like, I get just like the most rogue questions about it. But I don't know what the most common one would be.
Probably breakups. Like
Yeah.
I'm going through a breakup. Heard your podcast about breaking up. Can you help me?
Right.
And it's like, well, there's not much we can do, mate. Like it's just time and like work through it. You'll be fine.
And this is all from your TikTok. I want to talk about like your TikTok and a bit of strategy here because people will think you guys are just funny and like you're out there, but there is a bit of like real brain behind how you post stuff and the way you think, and we spoke about it. So can you give us a bit of insight of like the TikTok knowledge, the TikTok strategy there?
Yeah, I mean, the TikTok has really set us up and set our lives up in a way that we can't imagine. But I think like having our podcast, we really learnt quickly, and I think Gab figured it out, was like creating good TikToks off the episodes you make is just going to launch our podcast, and it's done that for us. So we notice if we make a TikTok that's really good from an episode, we're going to chart straight away on the Spotify chart. So like those kind of TikToks in questions, often like a story will do really well. Every 2 seconds, you're having like something new pop up on the screen to catch the consumer's attention, and then just like general content needs to be good.
Yeah, it's all about like the short form stuff. If it's just like a 10-minute documentary, you've just flopped up there. Like, you're gonna get 3 views, mate. Like, but if it's really engaging, like someone's popping up and it's got like a high like to view ratio, it's got high watch time, just like high engagement, then it'll probably do well.
Do you guys prefer TikTok to Instagram? Like just from a, is there a preference or?
I prefer Instagram, to be honest, just because a lot of it is luck driven on TikTok, which used to affect my mood quite a bit. Like I would upload a video without much thought and it might get a couple of million views, and then I'd put heaps of effort into another video and it'd completely flop and I'd just be depressed for the rest of the night.
I'm going through that phase now. I put up a clip yesterday with fucking Brad Hill talking about Cyril Rioli. Won 3 premierships. Like unbelievable story. Brad Hill talks about like when he got drafted to Hawthorn, got to the airport, and like Hawthorn knew that he loved Cyril Rioli, so Cyril Rioli picked him up. And then he talks about like this mark he did and all the premierships. I'm like, this is unbelievable.
Here he goes.
Like fucking
it's so
3,000 views, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Tears. Yeah,
just like broken me. I'm like, fuck me. I thought that was gonna fly, so it pissed me off.
Yeah, no, definitely. Especially with these podcast TikToks, they take a fair bit to create. Like it's a lot of editing. Like we edit on Premiere Pro, and it's like you upload one and then it flops. It's like, you're kidding. No.
Yeah.
I can watch it.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Watch it 3 times.
Do you guys have? It's not to pump myself up, so don't say me. But do you guys have like other podcasters that you watch or that inspire you, or even the content you guys create? Is there anyone that's specific?
I'm pretty into my podcasting. I mean, it's the standard kind of Joe Rogan. But he's just like so good at what he does.
It's hard to like copy or emulate anything he does because it's freaking insane.
He's so inquisitive. Like the questions he asks are fantastic. So I mean, you try and take a leaf out of his book. I love a bit of Theo Von, a lot of comedians. And then I've been starting to watch like Impulsive lately, or Impulsive, which is Logan Paul, which is like, it gets a little bit annoying because they talk over each other, but they're high up there. It's like that's where we want to go.
I think they purposely say they're the number 1 podcast in the world. Just to create like this.
So smart.
Do you know what I mean? Like so people actually believe it. I don't think they
But then it's kind of cringy if someone who's not, I've seen people do that same thing and they're like not on any chart.
Yeah,
it's just like cringe.
It's a bold strategy.
Yeah,
I agree. What's your do you have a favourite Theo Von moment?
Oh, jeez, mate, just his hometown stories are hilarious, aren't they? But I actually really love his like monologues and stuff, and like how he opens up. You know, he's got so many issues, that bloke, and he's trying to figure it out, and he's doing it very publicly. So it's quite a methodical process in following him.
Yeah, definitely. Now, one thing before we round up, one thing I do want to do, I want us to figure out an idea of collaboration.
Yeah.
Whether it's a TikTok or not. But you know, one of the things you did, Gab, that made me laugh, the Jose Mourinho, the lengths you've taken that little sound bites, and now DPs everywhere.
Yeah.
It's literally like, maybe that's how I should have introduced you.
Yeah.
As Jose Mourinho.
Mate, how does he say it again?
I am Jose Mourinho.
I am Jose Mourinho.
Yes, that was perfect. Oh my God, if we can clip that sound, that'll be a new trend on TikTok.
Here we go. Now we're talking.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Unlaced going viral.
Yeah, we are. About fucking time.
Yeah. Come on.
No, but now, boys, look, we have to think of something. It'd be awesome. But I do appreciate you guys coming in. Big fans of your stuff, despite me not reaching out like you, but I am following all your stuff. So yeah, keep it up, you guys. Everyone that's tuned in, 9 to 5 Fitness. If you're not following their stuff on Instagram and TikTok, get around them. They push out great content, but there's also a lot of depth behind what they're doing. They've got some great programs and meal plans and merch as well, which is exciting. Yeah, apparel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I might even have to get some of that. What do you guys got? T-shirts, shorts?
Our number one item are our shorts, because when we were going through our journey, we couldn't find any good shorts out there. So we created like the ultimate squat-proof, lightweight, breathable shorts with pockets in them. They're pretty much like footy shorts with pockets in it, but a nicer material. So they sell like hotcakes, and they're like,
really?
You could wear them just like casually as well. They're the ultimate short.
Okay, fair enough. Now, there we go, people. I might have to get some of them. But one thing before we finish, just want to go, favourite holiday destination?
Oh, random.
Very random. And then celebrity crush, just because we're here.
Favourite holiday?
Easy.
I can't even. You go yours first.
It's a good question. I am going to America in 5 weeks, so perhaps LA.
It doesn't have to be somewhere. It could be somewhere you think you'd like as well.
Oh,
You
well,
don't have to
my
be-
number one holiday destination would be the country Jordan, and more specifically the city of Petra.
Oh, why?
Because I did a
Indiana
humanities
Jones.
assignment in year 8 on Petra. Have you seen it? Like the city carved into stone?
No.
It's in Indiana Jones 3. It's really cool.
Oh, really?
It's called Middle Eastern type setup. And I've just been obsessed with it ever since, and I really want to go there one day.
Wow, that would be it. That would be some YouTube content.
Mine would be the south of France. Just
South of France.
tick it off. Yep.
Yeah, you look
Basic.
you'd be a
Good
pretty
life.
South
Yeah,
France.
me in Monaco with Margot Robbie.
Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, lads on tour.
I'll drive here.
I'll take the Ferrari, mate.
Yeah.
All good.
Now, so Margot Robbie. Celebrity
I'll
crush?
go Margot Robbie.
What
Yeah.
about
Mine's Mimi Keane.
Mimi Keane.
Do you know who that is?
No, but your two answers have thrown me here: Petra and Mimi Keane.
Yeah, I'm just
Such a deep thinker, this
I
guy.
love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Mimi Keane. She's from this TV series called Sex Ed.
Okay.
And
mate, you haven't watched it.
She's an absolute belter. Just everything
unreal.
about it. And I remember my ex-girlfriend now got
Hated her.
really pissed off because I wasn't too obvious about how much I liked her, but I said, she's awesome. And she played like a bit of a bitch of a character.
Yeah.
And so my missus
Loves
at
a
the
head
time,
case.
my missus absolutely hated her. And I thought, what do you mean? I'd be like backing her up, defending her. Like, she's awesome. It started so many arguments. And Mimi Keane, she's a belter. I love her. She plays a character called Ruby in Sex Ed. So
Okay.
that's my crush.
Oh, beautiful. Well described. Well, boys, thank you for coming in. As I said, we'll have to keep in touch, keep ideas flowing for collaboration. Get around the 9 to 5 Fitness guys. They're superstars, and we'll see you next week on the next episode. So thank you.
Thanks for having us, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much for having us.
Awesome.